Alam mo dati, hindi ko alam kung alam mo 'to, Marvin, pero nung nag-aaral pa ako ng investing dahil nasa inquirer pa ako nun, naglagay ako ng maliliit na pera sa iba-ibang index fund, sa iba-ibang mutual fund companies. Gusto ko lang ma-experience kasi 'di ba, you can't naman talk about it kung di mo ginagawa, 'di ba? So naglagay ako and napansin ko talaga 1, 2 years bagsak or 1 year bagsak. The next year, yung pera mo mas mataas pa
Hmm.
kesa nung before the crash.
So, hi everyone. We're back with one of your favorites in the show, none other than Salve De Plito joining us. Salve, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Marvs. Thanks for inviting me back. I feel like I'm home. O, di ba? Ito talaga nagsimula ng lahat eh. So, syempre, babalik-balikan natin to parang ano lang, chicken joy. Ay, wow. May endorsement agad.
Hindi naman, parang ano lang yan, parang time travel lang yan. Kahit wala ako, you'll still be successful kasi you're Salve De.
Wow!
Parang there will be another one to step up and take my place, pero you'll still fulfill whatever destiny you have. Parang yun, so yun lang yun.
Guys, alam nyo
I'm
na
just a
yan,
pawn.
Marvin Germo moments always with his generous heart. Walang tatalo talaga sa'yo eh,
Yun
pagdating
naman,
sa
I'm
ganun.
just a pawn in all of this.
Oh, kumusta New Year? Kumusta pagiging daddy? Ang pagpapatulog?
Ah,
Pagpapaligo?
actually, patulog is not so hard eh. Yung paggising siya. Wala na nangyayari sa akin.
Scam ba? Scam?
Close, pero wala pa naman ako nilalabas na pera. So, ano lang. ah,
Wala pa?
Hindi,
Hindi
walang,
ako naniniwala.
I mean, wala siyang tinatagong pera.
Oo nga.
Walang na-embezzle. And, anyway,
Yes.
we're here for you and your uh, prowess in finance and investing. I'm I'm curious on this. No, we started doing this Zoom calls 2020, and then we're now in 2023. 3 years na nakalipas since all of those things happened. Uh, I think we're in the tail end of the pandemic, pero there's still a lot of things that issues that's happening inside the country and outside the country. As an investor, what are you doing personally right now?
You know, Marvin, pag tinatanong ako ng ganyan, people, it feels like kasi people has gone through the ringer. Like, super hirap. Nung last year, nobody has ever experienced COVID. But if you look at the history of the world over a 100-year period, sa tingin mo ba, tinalo yung COVID ng Second World War? Diba? There were other interesting global events that were worse than this. And always at the height of that, parang katulad nung sabi mo na ang dami nagsasabi sa'yo na ang pagiging tatay, magiging better eventually. It's just through this time that things are so difficult. Pero sabi mo nga, while you're going through that moment, it is like the most difficult thing. Ganun din naman yung investing eh. When things are volatile, we think it's the worst, but it's really not. And even when we say, the world is becoming even more volatile. It's not true. If you look at all the numbers, hindi rin. Parang volatility is just part of it. So, nothing has changed for me. I still keep doing what I was doing. Siguro nagbago lang ako in the sense na mas lumalim yung valuation times. You know, the times of the day that I study a particular stock, the fundamentals, the valuation, tama ba yung computation ko, kung ito pang cash flow na to, lalabas talaga to in the next 5 years. Siguro yun yung pagbabago ko. But in terms of schedule, tuloy-tuloy lang ako nag-invest. I didn't skip a beat.
When you say tuloy-tuloy yung schedule, does that mean your dollar cost averaging in your positions? And siguro just a follow-up to that question also, does that mean also the same level of aggressiveness no March 2020 versus January 2023 yung ginagawa mo sa investments that you currently have?
Number one question, I do both. So, meron akong space for peso cost averaging, dollar cost averaging, but I also leave a little space for, when gusto mo lang talagang magbagsak dahil alam mo that things are very, very cheap. Alam mo rin, and maybe some of your viewers don't know, super barat ako bumili ng investments, whether it's a stock, it's a bond, or a business, or a property. I really look for a lot of discounts because you want a margin of safety. So, meron akong space for peso and dollar cost averaging kasi I get busy with life. I get busy with being a mom. So, alam mo na whatever happens, nakaprogram na yun doon. Pero, because I also enjoy valuation, meron din ako iniiwan na space para pag alam ko na maganda yung valuation, magbabagsak ako ng pera. The other question is, mas aggressive ba ako ngayon kesa nung March 2020? Mas aggressive ako nung March 2020. That's documented. I keep telling people, bumili na kayo. Hindi nyo na makikita yung market bumagsak ng 4,000 levels again.
Mm-hmm. But does that mean also right now, January 2023, that if you look at it, SMPH is at 38, AC is 700 plus. Alias hasn't gone back from pandemic levels yet, pero when you compare it to where they were nung 2020, at some point 2021 when it corrected, they're a bit higher already. Would you be
Yes.
more cautious right now? And to say that also, I'll zero back on what you said about parang there's been scarier times before, because a lot of people have been saying that 2023 there will be a recession in the US. How does that tie into your strategy also right now?
Pag recession, happy ako eh. Yun lang. That's what people need to remember about me. I'm weird because what the market feels, I don't feel. Baliktad. So now that there's talk of recession, we're getting ready to deploy. We're getting ready to choose the best options. Dahil alam mo na magmumura yung mga bagay-bagay. Right now though, it's the best time to be in cash. If you have the millions to qualify for it, you can have 5% time deposit rate. So, nothing beats that. It's a time deposit at 5%. Even dollar time deposit is super sarap ng kita. But also, get ready to buy lock-in bond rates at yung mga medyo 5-year, 7-year, because when inflation goes down back to the 3 to 4% level na lagi naman historical levels ng inflation, then you'll have locked in gains at what? Maybe 5 percentage points net. So, yun. And then you look for the stocks that yung favorite stocks natin that will be able to get the recovery story going. Those are the fun things to do now.
I'm sure you noticed it when, especially at the tail end of 2022, na people were going back to malls already, people were going out. How do you feel about that it will translate also to the property sector? A lot of the ones that are property related, and I think the ones that are connected to department stores and malls, except for maybe SM Prime, they haven't really gone back yet. Do you think that there's potential still in them, or there might be others that have also been battered down that might even perform better as well?
For sure, COVID has not stopped our demographic story. Whatever happened during COVID has not changed the fact that more than half of the human population in the Philippines will be earning so much more than they did in the last 10 years, and will be continue to earn more in the next 30 years. So, bibili yan sa malls, whatever happens, lalo na ngayon, masyado silang matagal na cooped up inside. So, talagang grabe yung mga tao. Traveling, buying, there's 2 options pa. Nag-o-online na, nagmo-mall pa. 2 na ngayon. So,
does that mean the pie got bigger? Kasi parang, like for me, I didn't stop buying online din kasi parang minsan, haba ng pila sa mall, ordering ko na lang, pa-deliver ko na lang sa bahay, or yung dating before na linalakan mo, take out ko na lang, pero ngayon, hindi, pa-drop ko na lang din. Where's the money coming from na people can spend in both?
I think there are sectors na ganon, but there are sectors na nabawasan. Some of the sectors that were vulnerable, their pie got smaller, pero yung iba na nag-benefit from COVID, umakyat. So, all in all, hindi pa naman talaga lumaki, except that nag-move between sectors.
What if the recession doesn't happen? Similar to what we're seeing also right now in the States, that CPI was good, so that could be a precursor for inflation to also be better. Then maybe interest rates, they might stop raising rates already, which will have a trickle effect here. So what's your plan if no recession and then we don't crash anymore? And I'll say this, parang I've observed markets through the years that when there's a really really bad year similar to last year, it's followed by a good year, it's followed by a good year also. I don't know,
Revenge year.
I don't have data stretching back nung mas bata pa ako, pero from my experience, parang bad year then followed by another good year, then another good year, then subpar years, and then may bad years then in between. Pero I haven't seen a bad year, bad year all together.
1997 was really bad up to 1998, and then 2000 happened, dot-com crash. So those two masyadong malapit. After 2000, ang susunod na really bad crash was 2008 already, bled into 2009. But immediately after this 2 to 3 year period, there were very good years. Even, alam mo dati, hindi ko alam kung alam mo to, Marvin, pero nung nag-aaral pa ako ng investing, dahil nasa Inquirer pa ako noon, naglagay ako ng maliliit na pera sa iba-ibang index fund, sa iba-ibang mutual fund companies. Gusto ko lang ma-experience kasi 'di ba, you can't naman talk about it kung hindi mo ginagawa, 'di ba? So naglagay ako, and napansin ko talaga 1-2 years bagsak or 1 year bagsak. The next year, yung pera mo mas mataas pa kesa nung before the crash. So tama yun. In general, totoo yung sinasabi mo na nagiging good year yung susunod na taon. Now, World Economic Forum, Davos, already said na magre-recession this year, global recession. Pero kung hindi mangyari yun, I feel like people are ready talaga naman to deploy. And it's not going to be fast turnaround eh. I think it's not going to be spiky. Feeling ko it will smoothen out eh. So the people will have time to establish ano ba talaga yung gusto nilang investment philosophy na susundin.